My people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Batata FC. We are within.
We are back!
Blessed Friday, y'all. A bit more upbeat up in the studio after last night's painful news of Levi Cole's ACL injury. So shall we try to deviate from that painful reality and talk about a few transfers, get our minds juggling a few thoughts relating to, firstly, Alejandro Garnacho. That name and surname that we've mentioned on the channel more often than not to our liking, but maybe to our acceptance to a certain degree, because now we've agreed personal terms with Alejandro Garnacho to join Chelsea. Now, all that happens is discussing a transfer fee, and it looks like Man United will lower this fee so they can get the deal done. Garnacho has stated, "I only want Chelsea." As per Fabrizio, Garnacho's actually rejected moves to Germany, Italy, and other places, maybe even Saudi, so as to stay in the Premier League and play for the world champions. So, I was chatting it up with the boy, Basemaster. I'm blessed. I got Man United fans that I can, juggle thoughts with, that just play with dialogue, have that dialogue, What are your thoughts as a Man United fan in terms of Garnacho, and what might we suffer in terms of him arriving at Chelsea, right? And the boy gave me solid points, and I thought to myself, I gotta step in the studio and share these points with you guys. So as a Chelsea fan right now, I know some of us are skeptical because of his online behavior. Speaking of Garnacho, of course. Garnacho was left out of the Europa League final lineup. After being a mainstay throughout the tournament, Ruben Amorim benched Garnacho for the final, and Garnacho didn't take that lightly. Since then, his relationship with Amorim just crumbled of sorts. So that behavior, that sort of thing, and football fans, we might be divided. Some might feel Garnacho deserved to start that final. Others might feel Amorim made the right decision. And the player that replaced him, if anything, was Mason Mount, ironically. Mason, our boy.
You need a lead!
From Cobham, who actually impressed Amorim in a shorter space of time, you could say. And it looks like even currently, Amorim really likes Mason Mount. So, Garnacho on the bench. Garnacho goes on a rant. A few weeks later, he's wearing a Rashford jersey online alongside his cars on holiday. And since then, it's just been clear Garnacho doesn't want to be at Man United under Amorim especially. So, if Garnacho arrives at Chelsea, let's consider the scenario. Worst case scenario, he arrives at Chelsea, he's unhappy with not being selected, he's unhappy with the number of minutes he's getting at Chelsea. What happens? What happens at Chelsea? He will be phased out if he tries to break our locker room. That's what I feel. Garnacho's not arriving to be a starter. There's Jamie Gittins on the left. There's Pedro Neto, who operates on the left. Do you guys really see Garnacho overtaking both of these players? Maybe Gittins. Gittins is the only one that could be competition for competition, with Garnacho being the Premier League proven player, and of course Gittins having to adapt from Bundesliga to Premier League. So Garnacho might have a chance against Gittins. But against Neto, on our best day, Neto left wing as we saw in the Club World Cup final, I don't see Garnacho displacing that guy.
Now let me tell you something, because you don't know nothing.
Also, I don't see Garnacho staying at Chelsea for long. Whether he works out or not, I really don't see Garnacho here in the next 3 years, should we confirm him as our player. I really don't. I don't know why, but I don't think so. So, worst case scenario, Garnacho misbehaves, he will be phased out by Maresca. The one thing I believe Maresca will emphasize from day one is that Garnacho has to fight to play. He's a young player. Maresca even said this about Esteval. As much as he praised Esteval, he can play anywhere in the forward line. Esteval has to work hard. Esteval has to adapt to the system firstly, to the league as well, to the competitions, to Europe at large. So Esteval has a long way to go. Who says Garnacho arrives and Garnacho becomes a front runner in Maresca's thinking?
What do you mean by that?
I don't see that happening. I see Garnacho as an acquisition where Joe Shields and our other sporting directors have seen that this 21-year-old could be a major source of profit in coming years. Unfortunately, that's the reality. And Chelsea got profit out of players like Madueke, guys. Madueke has gone to Arsenal. Are we sad about this as Chelsea fans? No. We've been thanking Arsenal. Isn't that crazy? We've been grateful to Arsenal. And Madueke didn't even get 15 goals for Chelsea. 2 full seasons, guys. 2! A brace at Molineux. A brace in the Conference League in Sweden. What else did Madueke do? At some point, he was a mainstay starter under Maresca. Maresca loved Madueke, but Madueke wasn't good enough. So if you're not good enough at Chelsea, what happens? You might be gone before we know it. Damn! That's the worst case scenario if Garnacho arrives and he misbehaves. Let's say Garnacho arrives and he overtakes Gitsons and he becomes one of our best wingers. Then things have worked out. Even easier to sell him. And he could bring trophies. So it worked out. He's not going to misbehave online. He's getting the minutes he wants. So for me, guys, somehow, some way, feels like a win-win. you know, it feels like a win-win. Business-wise, it's a win. Capital W.
W's in the shot.
Win-win. And in terms of the football aspect, we have so much quality. We're not signing Garnacho to light up Stamford Bridge. Not at all. We can win things without Garnacho right now. If Xavi Simons arrives, the left wing is done. The left side of the attack, the left half space is done. Garnacho is actually just an addition. He's just to solidify us, if anything. And he wants Chelsea. So let's hope his desire to play for Chelsea brings out the best in him. And also, added point, I would like to give Enzo Fernandez the responsibility of guiding Garnacho. If Garnacho's unhappy, you don't take it to social media. That's what Enzo Fernandez should tell him. Bro, relax. Your time will come. Look at the squad. We are stacked. Look at the brotherhood. You're not here to shatter things or to make things uncomfortable. Otherwise, you will be phased out, if I'm being honest. Yeah, guys, we've spoken about Garnacho at length. We've given him his time. And we should seal this deal soon. Why before Xavi Simons, though?
He's not make sure. He's not make sure.
What's wrong, Leipzig? Give us our player, Leipzig. Hey, speculation regarding Nicolas Jackson. Bayern Munich have inquired. Bayern Munich, the team that beat Spurs 4-0 yesterday. Jackson is hot stuff. Jackson is hot property. Teams are pulling up to ask about Jaggy. So we're definitely going to find Jackson a way out. It's been confirmed that he will leave this month. We have about 22 more days of this month, 7 days until the Premier League commences. Just had to say that. I'm so excited. But Jackson, Bayern, Newcastle have been speculated around. So we will find him a buyer. So we might as well say our preliminary goodbyes to Nicolas Jackson. And the last point, Christopher Nkunku. We haven't yet found a buyer or a suitor, but Nkunku is also set to leave Chelsea this month, alongside all the other players that were phased out even before the season ended, before the 24-25 season even reached its conclusion. We knew certain players that won't be at Chelsea. So, yeah, guys, mainly a video for this Garnacho saga and how it's making us feel as fans. Let me know your thoughts. Please do. Drop it in the comments, guys. And should I title the video, It's a Win-Win? Nah, that's clickbait stuff. Ghana to Chelsea. Shout out, guys. Blessings for tuning in, y'all. And blessed weekend. We'll be back later because we're playing Leverkusen. Gotta do the post-match lock-in, guys. Blessings, y'all.